Hello, everybody out there. James here. I just want to make a video about politicians in the private and the public sector who caping for people who don't look out for their own citizens in in the United States. Why did I make this video? And recently, I've been checking out other channels and how some people who have they study the financial aspect of the stock market and what's coming about with people's pensions in different states across the United States and what's going on with with the money, the exchange, and things like that. And then I have seen channels that there are people who are losing their home because the rent is skyrocketing. I have seen things online where people are sleeping in cars, but yet they get penalized if they park in a certain parts like you have in California and different cities where you park if you're a homeless person and you're literally living out of your car and you working, paying your tax dollars for a company you working for, and you have the city is penalizing you because they finding you $100 a day, like in case in probably places like Los Angeles, California. You have you have people who if they don't have insurance, they can lose their car. If they don't have proper tax, they get the car towed. They, you have people who literally lose their job because the company decides to pack up and go overseas or go to another. In some cases, go to another city state, and then you have representatives that don't even of that city and that state don't want to make adjustments for the corporations not to stay there and work with them so the people can have jobs. And you have average American citizens who once paid taxes sleeping on the streets of America. They have to be put in the back. They can't get housing. They put on a five, almost darn 15-year waiting list. You have people out. The pantries are strapped because there's almost so much help they can give American citizens who are just basically living hand to mouth in different towns or different cities. There's a spirit of poverty that's hit America, and it really irks me the way these politicians work. I don't watch the Democrat debate because what all the people on it, as far as I'm concerned, they don't have no gusto for the American people. Here you have politicians that don't they overlooking the people who has selected them, and then you have weak-minded people that don't even care about their own a fellow American citizen who has to sit there and lose their house, pension getting cut, and they literally have to basically live hand to mouth. And then there's people who've been in poverty for a long time. Maybe they've been at working at McDonald's or working at some low wage job in some small town throughout America for many, many years. There's people who have been waiting, let's say, for housing, who maybe live in a apartment complex, a house that's falling apart, and some landlord don't want to take care of their property, and they want to move, but they can't move because that could be one of the things, and it could be the neighborhood or the neighbors that's around that maybe is causing a lot of stress. You have a lot of drugs. You have people that's selling dope out of the house, and there's only so much they can do. And you have to sit there and you have to suck you as an individual, whatever your income is below a certain percentage, and you are paid into the system. What you retired in a job that's making $15 an hour, and all of something happens where the company loses dividend. They can't stretch their profits over for another month and things like that. And so it causes you to go on unemployment. Then you got maybe about 6 months to a year to get this the receipt to unemployment. And then they said, well, we can retrain you. But now while you in the process of being retrained, you're gonna have to figure out how you gonna pay your bills. How in the world you gonna pay if you have transportation and you have child care, if you have children. This is what the American citizens are going through. Then you have to worry about your health. So you got to go worry about the medical part. You have to about your medical health and your family's medical health. And it's like none of these politicians don't even give a crap. But they want to go off on this lollygag, want to save the half of the world, in which no one's looking out for their own backyard. We want to try. Them politicians want to save everybody else's backyard, but with our own backyard. And it's no matter what nationality that they are, they're not representing the native born people who put them in the office. And since that they're capable for people who come over here, choose to come over here, and the countries that they come from was not up under no political war or anything. They choose to leave. And then when it was offered to go to another country, they don't want to respect the laws. Like, for example, Mexico, they didn't want to respect some of the laws. You had people. This is online that they were throwing rocks and projectiles at the Mexican police and the army down there, and so they had to double up their army across the border. But you have people don't even respect that, even though that there's parts of Mexico there's some corruption, like there's any part of the world. But at least when for example with the migrants that would people come from out of Central South America, if they you could give enough time for them to put shelters in and maybe process them in, that would be the wise thing to do. But you got people that they don't respect. They just come over. They don't have no morality. They don't have respect, regard for nothing. And they're just willing to just bring that wildness and that nature over and disrespect the laws and morality of this country. And that's why some people are against the immigration. There was a cases where people, for example, a lot of people don't know this, that there was a company called Wayfair. You've seen it on the national news. They were willing to give the centers furniture so children and families can wait there and sleep on comfortable beds because due to the Trump administration. But you had people out there that were protesting and wanted to stop Wayfair and the some people that work for Wayfair. Not we want to stand by this border thing, so we're gonna protest and protest a company under the Trump administration who was willing to give people beddings, from a furniture store. Now Wayfair is one of probably one of the expensive places where you get actual brand new beds and things, so the children can sleep comfortably, and so they're trying to make it comfortable for people down there. And then you have someone like that young congresswoman in New York that wanted to protest against the company when it comes to something like that. This is the same congresswoman that there are people in New York that probably need different parts of New York that when Amazon was coming through, there's going to be a lot of tax incentives and stuff consistently to provide jobs in upstate where this places in New York that people need jobs because I'm pretty sure in the state of New York, the taxes is high. Somebody probably could have used a job up there, additional income. And you have her, she got along on the board and basically voted down. So therefore, Amazon had to go down to another, I think it was a Virginia, and split up between two states. So New York lost out on what was like 20,000 jobs or something like that. And if you break all the tax brackets down, it would it would have paid off in the end for the district and county and everything. And then it would have been individuals who've been able to weather the storm. But it's you have these people that have this socialistic view, but they don't think that everything is free. And it's like but like someone was saying, nothing's really for free. Every country has to pay the taxes somewhere along the line. And it was proof that the people come from other countries said that they live like that in other countries where it was socialism and it didn't work out, and that it went in chaos, and it was just it went in a whole different direction. So that's why they moved to America, because it wasn't a whole socialistic country. It's a little bit of capitalism along with a slight bit of socialism, not a whole lot. And it's just crazy. And what made me view this video is make this video because it doesn't make no sense to vote for someone who, regardless if they're Republican or Democrat, and they vote against the fight for somebody that will give them rights for most people who work in low wage jobs getting their taxes taken out, and the people who've been born in this land, who paid taxes in this land, regardless of what job that they have, from a high end job to low end job, pay taxes, and they can't get what it was. So when they fall on hard times, they can't get back what they put into. They can't get back. They can't get no food stamps. They can't get no public housing because of circumstances, and people fall on hard times in life. And it makes me mad that you have people that were willing to go out their way, and the people who give a driver's license, who's not a citizen of this country,